everybody, Andrew here from Go Green Compost, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about composting with coffee grounds. Really good stuff for your compost heap. So coffee grounds are a really good source of nitrogen. They also contain potassium and phosphorus and some other micronutrients, so they're a great thing to add to your compost. But there are some things you need to be aware of when you're adding them. So there was a study done in 2011, and it was studying the effects of composting coffee grounds specifically. And they did it 3 different ways in the study. So they tried composting them in aerated bins, like those ones I have back there, aerated piles of compost. They also used vermicompost. So like my worm factory that I have here, basically using earthworms, in my case red wigglers, to assist with the composting process. And then the third type of composting that they studied was in-vessel composting. So think like a tumbler or something like that. I don't have an in-vessel composter to show you, but just think like a closed vessel that you're composting your material in. Now, the study revealed that all 3 methods worked. They all composted the coffee grounds nicely, and they did demonstrate that coffee grounds are an excellent substrate for composting. But there was one caveat, and that was that earthworm populations in each type of composter declined by up to 80%, the activity and growth of earthworms. So you got to be careful when you're adding this stuff, these nice coffee grounds, to your compost, because you don't want to disrupt beneficial insects in your compost. I know I've got my worm bin here and it's full of red wigglers, and all of those geo bins back there, those aerated piles of compost, every time I turn them I see tons of earthworms. So you don't want to disrupt those guys, because they do produce quality soil for you and they assist with the composting process. But the good news is that the study also revealed that there was a way to mitigate the damage done to the earthworms, and that was very simple. It was just by adding shredded cardboard along with the coffee grounds. So what you need to do when you compost your coffee grounds is you need to get some cardboard like this. Occasionally when I get shipments in cardboard boxes, I will strip off all the tape and glued parts and things like that, and I will just open these up and leave them outside because I know I'll need them for my compost eventually. And as you can see, this is a very weathered piece of cardboard, so it rips up very easily. And basically what you want to do is just get some shredded cardboard like this, and it doesn't have to be cardboard, it could be any carbon-rich material. So you could use dry leaves, you could use sawdust, you could use wood chips, you could use shredded paper. In my case, I like the nice unbleached cardboard. I think it's an easy thing to acquire. There's tons of cardboard boxes out there. I mean, if you shop online at all, you probably have more boxes than you know what to do with. You're probably putting them out in your recycling or your trash. So you can just save those and add them to your compost with your coffee grounds. Now, I always save my coffee grounds in my steel compost bin in my kitchen, and I drink quite a bit of coffee every morning, at least 1 cup. So I always save my coffee grounds in my bin and I add those to my compost heap on a regular basis. But if you need to get more coffee grounds, one place that you can go is your local Starbucks. So I just took a trip down there and I got this giant bag of coffee grounds from them. And this is just 1 day's worth of coffee for them. I went down there about 12:30, and not only did I get this bag, there's a second one. So 2 giant bags of coffee grounds. So if you want to get coffee grounds for your compost, all you got to do is call your local Starbucks, ask them if they'll put them out back for you, and it took me about 10 minutes to do this. I do live near a Starbucks, so I just gave them a call, asked them to put the coffee grounds from the morning out back by their trash bins in bags, and they did it for me. I drove up, threw them in the trunk of my car, and was home. Very easy. So there's tons of coffee grounds out there, probably more than you'll know what to do with if you collect them on a regular basis. But if you're adding them to your compost pile, and especially if you're adding them to a vermicompost bin, make sure that you're adding some shredded carbon material as well, so that you don't hurt the earthworms in your compost. And these guys, let's say hi to the worms. Where you at, worms? We got any worms in here? Oh yeah, there's one. Hey buddy. We got to be nice to these guys. We got to give them the stuff they need. And they actually like shredded cardboard and paper quite a bit. They eat it as it decays, and they also use it to lay their eggs. So adding the cardboard will have additional benefits for your vermicompost bin. Really, you should add some shredded cardboard anytime you put any food in there, but especially when you're adding coffee grounds. And what you're doing is you're basically diluting the irritating chemicals and compounds in the coffee grounds. You're spreading them out, you're using the cardboard to absorb some of that, so the effect on the worms is slowed down and mitigated. And eventually that stuff will break down in your compost bin and it won't be a problem for your worms. But those are just some things to consider when composting coffee grounds. They're a really great substrate. I would encourage everybody to add coffee grounds to their compost. They're easy to get for free. You probably are already producing some yourself if you drink coffee, so start saving those. Get yourself a kitchen compost pail and you can save all your kitchen scraps and put those in your compost. And if you like this video and you would like to learn more about composting with a vermicompost worm factory, then check out this video right here. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I'll catch you next time. Andrew from Go Green Compost out.